Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers better than advertised. Behind Johnson's enthusiasm, the Lakers have driven to the top of the Pacific Division. Now a key showdown today in the Forum. The Suns against the Lakers. Coming up.
The NBA on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Ortho, makers of dependable lawn and garden products. Our concern for your lawn and garden is always growing. And by Rolaids for acid indigestion or heartburn. Rolaids spells relief.
From the Forum in Inglewood, California, it's the NBA Game of the Week on CBS. And take a look at the standings of the Pacific Division. The Los Angeles Lakers now 2 ahead of Seattle in the loss column, and Phoenix is hanging tough. To move up, they've got to close with a surge. The playoff standings in the West would show Los Angeles and Kansas City with byes today, followed by Seattle, Phoenix, Milwaukee, and San Diego. Phoenix would prefer not to draw Milwaukee in the mini-series. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger, along with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley. And Bill, what about some of the matchups between the Suns and the Lakers?
Well, this is a pretty even game. You got Truck Robinson with versus Jim Jones. That's pretty even, although I think Truck has the edge. I think Walt Davis and Jamaal Wilkes, that's a wash. They're effective in both different kind of ways. Kareem versus Adams. Adams is going to play offensively a third forward. Then you go to the guard position. You got Nixon versus Buse. Nixon has the edge there. And Magic Johnson versus Westphal. That we'll have to wait and see.
All right, let's now go to Hot Rod Hundley. Hot Rod?
All right, Magic Johnson, one of the top rookies in NBA, and the Lakers on top. And young man, what have you done to put them there?
Well, I just try to make it fun for everybody. Just try to pep them up, keep them fired up, and just let them know we can win and beat anybody.
All right, you got Phoenix. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to Brent for the starting lineups.
Thank you, Hot Rod. And for the commander, John McLeod, it's Davis, Robinson, Adams, Westphal, and Buse, the same 5 that blew these Lakers away a couple weeks ago. Wilkes, Jones, Jabbar, Nixon, and Johnson behind the only Shakespearean scholar who heads an NBA team, Paul Westphal. The officials today, you recognize Joe Gashu there on the right. You haven't seen too much of the fellow on the left, Jack Nyes. They'll be working today's game. We're underway now, and the Lakers batted away to Paul Westphal. The Suns, who were beaten last night by San Diego, now coming in. They have not won a game in the Forum this year, but they have beaten the Lakers twice at home. Great inside pass to Adams, and there is where you will see Magic Johnson working throughout much of the game. Down inside low. He has become the best rebounding guard in the league. Now Norm Nixon, number 10, sets it up, matched against Westphal. Offensive foul. It'll go over to the Suns. Norman can't believe it.
One thing you can look for, Brent. Run a lot against Kareem. They'll run Adams in, they'll bring in Jeff Cook. And of course, 7 Rich
Westphal 44, high lob to Truck, sends it back now to Buse. Buse's 10, one of the outstanding young teams over the last 5 years in the league, the Phoenix Suns. What a marvelous organization. Buse's shot won't go. And now the exciting Lakers of this season come back down with Nixon. Abdul-Jabbar will be slow coming down. It was 4 attacking 5. He'll lurk back. Bill, a lot of people think that Kareem is loafing when he doesn't come back. You disagree with that?
Of course, I think that, like last year, a lot of people said that he was not playing well and wasn't loafing, and was loafing. I thought he played extremely well last year. What happens is a guy that's that tall, you can't help but notice him on the court. And no one can play 48 minutes and run hard up and down the court. He's got to take a rest, and he's got to take it on the court. And that's what the big guys do. And most of you find that the people that thought to be loafing are usually the big guys.
First foul on Kareem is Truck Robinson to the line.
And Brent, on that play, Truck, you know, is 6'7". He's a power forward, and he took it right to Kareem, leaned into him to draw that foul. He gets 2 free throws.
Just underway, and of course our expanded coverage has cameras covering that key game between Kansas City, Milwaukee, Washington, the Knicks. We'll keep you right up to date on that scores. The battle for the playoffs is joined, and on Friday night we will be in Seattle, the Kingdome. San Diego against the defending champions. This is the time of year for basketball fans. NCAA showdown, NBA playoffs on their way. Westphal brings it down to the attack for the Suns. Here's the Greyhound. He'll bring it up on you. Oh, can he shoot?
You got to give him room, and if he's hot outside, you've got no chance, Brent. He can fly by you. Great outside shooter with that one.
As fluid as any athlete in the world, in any sport, particularly in basketball. Out of North Carolina, he'll watch Jamaal Wilkes. Here's Norm Nixon from Duquesne now. Glad to hear the blackout was lifted in Los Angeles. Laker fans are watching a team that has been on a tear this year. Kareem in low for that field goal.
Now, these teams are both have to win every game because the playoff situation, if you finish second or third, is such a disadvantage that you got to win to try to. So Phoenix, they got to try to pass, at least try to pass Seattle, and for Lakers, they've got to stay ahead of Seattle.
Nixon maneuvers, likes to fade away as he shoots that jumper. Because he is not as big as some of the taller men, he'll kind of fall back a little bit. Keep an eye on that. Now, when the Suns come down, they are a very organized team. They follow John McLeod and Al Bianchi's orders to the letter, and they play so well. It is sometimes overlooked that this team was almost in the championship last year. Adams is short, but he's a good outside shooter. Bad outlet pass, and Adams was there as the ball goes out of bounds. Lakers now will set it up. The point I want to make about Alvan Adams is you watch him. He will move laterally on Kareem. He will try to make Kareem come up and down the floor. Then they'll go to Rich Kelly. That was the strategy they employed down in Phoenix. Make Abdul-Jabbar run early if they can. Not always successful. Nixon inside, great move.
That's one thing the Phoenix Suns lack defensively there, Brent. Penetration by a guard. They don't have a center that can block shots. Nixon was open for an easy layup.
Here's Truck Robinson, big, tough rebounder of the Suns. Inside pass to Buse with the left-hand layup. Those are shots you can't miss either, Bill Russell. We've seen teams blow them underneath. You've got to hit the cripples. Now it's Kareem with the sky.
Well, as I said, Alvan Adams has to play the third forward, is what he plays with Phoenix, because he's not big enough to go inside. So what happens is you give up some offensive rebounding.
3-point.
Now, one thing I've noticed early in the game in Los Angeles, looking for the running game, because I noticed Kareem shooting a long outlet pass, and that's the key to the running game is the first pass.
What a great power move by Magic Johnson down that baseline.
He'll be 6'8.5" or 6'9", whatever he is. He's been listed at both heights, but he can move so well with that ball to the floor.
Westphal off iron. Truck tracks it down. Second shot attempt coming up for Phoenix. You know, there are some who doubt Magic Johnson's ability. I've got to tell you the truth. The jury is still out in some quarters. Not with me. I think he is a rising star. Not as mature yet as Larry Bird, but he's going to be devastating. Blocked from behind, tracked down, and Phoenix got it. But you saw him come in over the top and not foul his man that time. What a rebounder he has become in this league. Phoenix must become so aware of Magic's presence inside down low. Now it's Nixon, yo-yoing the ball, working on the clock. Up over Adams, Kareem on the runner.
He walked for that one, I thought. He got away with it. You called it. He ran with that one.
Well, you see, right, when a big guy takes little steps, it's all right.
7-2, you can do anything you want.
Paul Westphal played great college basketball at the University of Southern California, was a Trojan. Davis of North Carolina, men with quality. And Alvan Adams hits the field goal. Oh, I'd love to see these two teams hook up.
I thought last year if Phoenix had won that 6th game, Brent, they would have won the world championship.
You betcha. What a discouraging moment for Davis on that travel against Seattle late. Now it's Johnson coming into the left hand, drew the foul as he turned the hook.
Here's that play a moment ago. Kareem. Watch him come out to the left side, away from the ball.
Just a little push.
Now it's a pass into him. Watch right here. 1-2. Never put it on the floor. He hooked it up and in.
We've got a timeout. It's 12-9. Lakers lead the Suns by 3. My golf expert is Bill Russell. Handicapped the last round of the Doral Open.
It's a close race between Nicklaus and Fergus.
I can see that. Who's going to win?
It's between those two guys.
And you eliminated that middleman.
Hey,
one of the unknowns. I'll take Nicklaus and you got the rest, right, Hot Rod?
You got to go with the Golden Bear.
And speaking of Golden, Magic Johnson in his last 6 games has led the Lakers in rebounding in 4 of them and tied for the league in another. In that 6-game span, 16, 18, 12, 12, 16, 4. Now, Bill, is it simply size with the guard? Is that what keys what Magic Johnson is doing on the glass?
No, rebounding is not necessarily size, although he has great size. And the one danger that they have to be careful of is he doesn't get so concerned with rebounding that he's out of position too much.
Davis hanging, popped up the shot, and there he is. Magic Johnson on cue with the rebound. Comes to the middle and dishes. Oh, Kareem just across the timeline. I'll tell you, Kareem is really taking his time because they ran him in Phoenix last time. He has slowed it up. The big fella is pacing himself for the fourth period. That is an obvious strategy change. Nixon short, dueling, had it taken away by Jim Jones from the corner, and it's the Greyhound, and he'll put it down in a hurry. Cross midcourt, motors past Kareem, looks for the open man now. Buse glides inside, and Johnson has a weakness, still on defense. Kareem looks for the outlet, finds Jones. Wilkes is in the middle, underneath is Norman.
Hey, one thing on that shot now, Kareem was there, and I think Buse would have made that shot against any other center, but he was intimidated.
There you saw Kareem come into your picture. He's just hesitating a few seconds, and again, as Bill Russell has carefully explained, not loafing. Phoenix wants to run him up and down if they can, and he's not falling for it.
Well, what they're doing now, Brent, is both teams are trying to establish whose game they're going to play. The Lakers are trying to stop the Phoenix running game. There are a couple of ways you can stop the running game. First of all, you can challenge the outlet pass. That first pass, or like a guy like Walt Davis tries to dribble out.
On the turnover,
Boy, he lights up the crowd, everybody. You know, when you talk to him, Brent, I'm speaking of Magic Johnson, with that smile, you just want to reach over and give him a big hug. Terrific personality.
And you just saw something that no one had talked about with, in the ability of Magic Johnson. He can run.
He's broken free again.
We're going to get a timeout here, I'm sure. Well, now McLeod, the coach of Phoenix, just says, slow it down. Let's go back into our pattern offense. We're down by 10.
Magic has scored 7. It's 19-9. The Lakers open up early, just as Phoenix blew away the Lakers early down to the Valley of the Sun. As they went inside to Truck, Jones fouled him. Let's take a look at this. Now, Magic has been just simply releasing. See, he sees the ball free, and there's what Russell told you, that quick first step.
Watch this. He'll take it right to the hoop, road, glide up, and dunk it through.
Now, the second time, they had defense back, and again, Hot Rod, he started to maneuver.
And he'll take it right side, fake away from Buse, turn in, and lay it up off the glass. Beautiful move.
Adams' left-handed runner is off, taken down by the Lakers now, and here's smooth as silk Jamaal Wilkes. Nixon's past his man, open man on the right is Jones. Jones, jump shot, good spot for Jimmy.
Now, what the key to Phoenix's offense, Alvan Adams has to hit the outside shot. He's not hitting it. The Lakers are getting on a shot that long, they get a good fast break. So
we've got a timeout, and just as Bill Russell told you, the Suns are going to try to regroup now and get some better shots against the Lakers and close in. Last night, Cleveland edged San Antonio 198, and it was Boston over the Knicks by 3. Chicago defeated Portland 110-108, and San Diego handled Phoenix last night behind 44 by Lloyd Free, 120-109. What a big loss it was for the Suns. They've lost 25 times this year. The Lakers 21, the Supersonics 23. Battle in the Pacific, they left Buse open. The Suns are now 4 of 16. They are shooting about 25%.
With the Phoenix offense, the way it's being run, the shots they're getting are not high-percentage shots. It's almost like they're using a three-point offense. They're trying to get a three-point shot, it looks like almost, because Alvan Adams and all the shots they're getting are outside. If you're going to shoot the 20 to 25-foot shot all the time, you'll have to shoot about 60 to 65% to stay even. And if you're shooting under 50%, the other team is going to fast break you just every time almost.
One thing, Brent, that they were smart this time, they came down and went inside. As Bill said, they're missing out front. Get the ball down low, and the man to go to is Robinson if he's got good position as he had on this play.
Now, this is the one end of the floor where Kareem has been lurking down at that defensive end. So to get that fast break going, that big fella standing there, if he hangs back on a miss at the Laker end, they're not going to have that run and layup that Russell told you about early in the game, that fast break that they like to have.
Well, I like it.
Nixon lobs one. Jones mistimed his jump, and as a result, there was a loose ball foul. But it is going to go against the Suns.
Robinson.
While they're shooting the free throw, I wanted to tell you this, that, while the foul's called, what the Lakers are trying to do is take away the fast break and make things to the outside shot. Now, what Kareem is doing now is he's working harder than ever. He's putting emphasis on defense. So consequently, he will not be as much a part of the offense. But most teams love that from a center.
Robinson outside. Wilkes looking for the outlet. It's Nixon now in the middle. Suns are back. They have made a significant change, though. Scott has replaced Davis. Many of you Suns fans have noticed that. Scott following Wilkes that time on the turnaround.
Well, there's a guy that gives you 100% every game. Jamaal Wilkes, very quiet hero.
We have overlooked Norman Nixon, who has now dished out 6 assists in this game early, too. He's a critical factor. When we pass out praise, we sometimes avoid him. Buse on the follow, and the Suns missed 2 more shots off Magic's hands. Out of bounds. The Suns now with a 3rd attempt. They will try Garfield Hurd, who has been shooting well. They will also go to Rich Kelly. So John McLeod goes early to his bench, but he is a coach who likes to substitute.
Kelly can run, Brent. He get down the floor quicker than Alvan Adams.
And this is what you'd call a big lineup. You talk about Garfield Hurd's a good rebounder, and Rich Kelly's a good rebounder. So instead of trying to run the Lakers now, they've changed the strategy, basically, to try to match him on the boards.
Kelly will be in behind Kareem. Westphal hit the last field goal as Magic came inside of Buse. There was a foul call.
Little pirouette move, 360 turn, and laid it up. Nice move, coming from that left side. Buse, a good defensive guard. Mike Cooper's in. He'll play against Westphal, who is the best defensive backcourt man for the Lakers. Spencer Haywood will check in.
Jones out, so Haywood now will be the big forward. He'll team up with Abdul-Jabbar up front. And here's Magic Johnson out of Michigan State. Won the NCAA championship a year ago.
Another forward you'll see is Mark Landsberger, who has yet to come in for the Lakers, but he had a career high against Denver here Friday night, and he gives them a lot of strength at that big forward position.
Bratz has checked in at guard, number 23. So now we've got Westphal, Bratz, we've got Kelly, Hurd, and we've got Scott.
You know, all of these teams in the last half of the season, all of the top teams, except for one, have made a move to strengthen themselves going down the stretch. The Lakers picked up Landsberger, Phoenix picked up Rich Kelly, Boston picked up Maravich, Philadelphia picked up Lionel Hollins.
Bratz hit that field goal, so he contributes immediately coming off the bench as the Suns try to get an attack going. Kareem will come into your picture about right now. There he is. Loose. Magic goes back. Bratz drives quick, and Bratz has come away and given him a lift immediately.
Well, that's just sheer hustle, because Magic had the inside track to the ball. Now, speaking of Bratz, Brent, he made 57 consecutive free throws in a stretch this year, and the NBA record, of course, is 60. He was 3 away from, and that's remarkable coming off the bench.
And the Suns have gone to a bit of a trap defense now against the ball, and Johnson just came in and feathered one off the glass to try and quiet it down. It's 27-16. Cooper and Johnson now in the backcourt for Westhead. Paul Westphal will continue out the season as coach. Jack McKinney will not be back this year. Quick cross-court pass eludes him, and here comes Wilkes for the Lakers. But to move on and goes in, score it, and he drew the foul coming around Kelly.
Yeah, Rich, right where he wanted him, Brent. He's coming down the left side. He had Kareem from the right. We'll look at it again. Kelly, Jamaal wanted him to make a commitment, and he was going to drop it to Kareem. But Kelly was late getting there, so Wilkes took it right to the basket, got the layup, and he was fouled.
Now, Kelly was really between a rock and a hard place, so that was.
You better make it. He said, oh, my goodness, if I go and commit myself, Kareem's going to get it done.
I'll tell you who's been a disappointment. Spencer Haywood. That's why they went out and got Mark Landsberger. He has not contributed that much, Hot Rod.
You're right. And Landsberger, it surprises me that he has not yet come off the bench, and I believe that Westhead's going to bring him in right now.
There he is right there. Westhead gets him up on cue. Way to go, Hot Rod. Just reach over there and snap him. All right, Bratzy now from the right side. John McLeod ball beat his man. Comes free. Good shooter. This time he's off. He was cold in the 4th period last night in San Diego. Underhand pass is deflected away, and the Suns on the turnover come now. They got the manpower, but Kareem with a hand on it. Lurking back, got a handoff. Kelly out of bounds. Hold it. They're going to give it to the Suns. Kareem can't believe this call.
Kareem made a good job there defensively. He just quickly darted that right hand out, got a handle, and I believe that he was right in his argument. The ball was off Phoenix, but they're going to give the ball back to the Suns.
And Kareem will take a breather. Landsberger replaces him. Westphal spins it out, and Landsberger, strong rebounder. Hands the ball to Magic. Magic checks the clock, looks over at the bench, says, hey, coach, how about me? Everybody else getting a rest except the Magic man. It's early in the morning here in L.A. Brings it down now on Brotz into the corner. 10 on the shot clock. Spencer wants to go backdoor, but Scott's got Wilkes sealed up. Goes Tooling with him. Jamaal goes to the corner. Magic pumps one.
Well, that's a great shot. He had Westphal draped all over him, and he still got the shot away cleanly.
How the Suns were trying to get an offense together.
This is a very interesting development. Hayward is playing center. Now, I've talked to him before the game, and he said he's been playing a lot more lately. Looks like they've been using him rather as center more than at forward.
Bird's high archer was short of everything. Suns get it back, and Brotz from way outside is also short. Landsberger's second rebound quickly. And it's Magic off to the right side, and Haywood, and there's Cooper now in the right corner of the Lakers.
Mike Cooper not only scored points, Brent, but he's doing a good job on Westphal. He's been denying him the ball. That is really hurting Phoenix's offense.
This is the most impressive the Los Angeles Lakers have been since the night they blew away Seattle here in the Forum. Remember, the last time these two teams met, the Suns embarrassed the Lakers. But here in the Forum, the Lakers have beaten the Suns 7 of the last 8 games. 7 seconds to go in the first period. But don't you worry about John McLeod and the Phoenix Suns being out of this one. This is too good a basketball team. They're not about to surrender this early. John McLeod, one of the best coaches in all of basketball, standing up down the back. That's it, first period. And that told it all. The Suns were short. McLeod's got to get this offense going. At the end of the first period, it's 34-16. Lakers on a tear. Back in the Forum, which no longer features the yawns of yesteryear. And yes, the celebrities are still here. There's Walter Matthau. Took a great deal for Walter to give up Santa Anita today to drop by the Forum, but he loves the Lakers, as does another actor by the name of Jack Nicholson, who is seated not far from the Phoenix bench. And we're going to take a picture of Jack here soon. One of our cameras will pick him up for you. Nicholson got himself involved with Washington coach Dick Motta when the Bullets were out here on the West Coast. And I'll tell you about that momentarily. Now back to the action. The Lakers with a devastating first period. Smooth as silk from his spot. Landsberger to the offensive rebound, stolen by Brotz. Did not give the Lakers a second chance.
You never put that ball on the floor. Big man against the little guy.
Not that good a shooter, though, Hot Rod. Sometimes he has to look for help after the rebound. And here is High, the only rookie of the Suns to make the club this year. How do you like him, Bill? Have you seen much of number 22?
No, I haven't.
Johnny High is a good, fast player out of Nevada, Reno, Brent. But he's been getting a lot of playing time as John McLeod will use everybody on his bench. And High's going to be a good one.
He needs some scores right now. He's got Davis back there tracking with Wilkes. So Brotz and High will try it. Wilkes in low on Hurd. Chance for the three-pointer.
Great move. Gave him that head and shoulder fake. Got the defensive man to commit himself. You'll look again. Wilkes, 52. Double pump. There he got hurt in the air. And when he's coming down, up goes Wilkes. Basket counts. And he'll get a free throw.
So Wilkes out of UCLA. And isn't that school happy about what's happened in the NCAA playoffs? 4th in the Pac-10, going to the Final Four.
Got their own Wilkes that's played well. There's your boy, Jack Nicholson.
There he is. Nicholson was helping Motta coach the other night, went right into the huddle, and I thought Motta and Nicholson were going to go toe-to-toe at midcourt out here.
2 of them flew over the cuckoo's nest.
And the shot is out. Kelly comes right back up and in. I got to remember that. But next time I see Motta, you two flew over the cuckoo's nest in the Forum. That's a good line. 37-18. 10:52 first half. Highlights coming up at halftime. We want to show you how the Knicks have turned it around. You'll see there are 2 fine young guards at halftime. Cooper out of his range. Hasn't shot well lately. You should look for a better one than that. Here comes High now. 22 back to Brotz. Brotz maneuvers inside, and Cooper was on him. Foul on Michael.
Here's a remarkable thing, Brent. You'll see Brotz shoot his free throws one hand, right-handed style. Normally, a great free throw shooters like Rick Barry, who holds a record, shoots underhand style.
Key game. If Milwaukee wins it, Bill Russell, they're going to be tied with Kansas City in the Midwest. They got a chance to win that division, don't they?
Yeah, they're coming on strong. They're playing as good a basketball as anybody in the league right now.
Bob Lanier mean that much to him, you suppose?
Yes, because he does a lot of things besides just score or rebound. He's giving them leadership. He's a mature player. He knows how to win, too.
I was checking the MVP awards. You're like Kareem. You've won it 5 times.
It looks like he's going to go ahead this year. Right.
5 and adding.
How many did you win, Alvan?
I am still looking for my...
I got it. Nixon now with that quickness, but Hurd is back. So Spencer Haywood lurking in behind him, but Garfield Hurd cut off the fast break that time. It's 37-20 now, 10:25 in the second. Jones waiting for a cutter. Finally spins it over, and Haywood loves to shoot. As he came inside. I tell you, Bill, when you coach Spencer Haywood, could you ever convince him to look for somebody when he thought shot?
Well, I wanted him mostly to shoot because he is an excellent shooter.
So you're the one that ruined him.
Oh, no.
I really didn't mean that.
No, I think he's an excellent shooter, and he can really help a team if he shoots without dribbling.
Without
really
dribbling.
help. Yes.
You mean, it's taken right off the pass?
Oh, he's a great shooter if he takes it off the pass. Outstanding. I mean, not just on pro standards, he's a great shooter. Just you pass the ball to him, he shoots it.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing about Spencer. He was a great basketball player when he first came in this league out of the ABA.
He was very young, remember, came out of Detroit, signed with Denver.
He's had a lot of injuries, Brent, that slowed him down. He's not the same player that he was at one time. He's a superstar.
And Rod said a few minutes ago about shooting free throws, the way Barry shot two hands, underhand. Well, listen, Barry holds the record right for 60 straight. The two guys right behind him both shot one-handed, Bill Sharman and Mike Bratz. I thought I'd tell you that because I shot one-handed.
Yeah, you shot. Oh, you're left-handed.
Here's Bratz taking the pass inbound. We need some more underhanded free throw shooters to stand up for Rick Barry. I can see that. Davis puts it to the floor with that speed and went high on the glass.
Now, what Phoenix has to do is to try to get the lead down under 15 or 12 at halftime, and then they're right in the middle of the ball game.
Kelly almost fouled, reached back, and now finally it's called inside. And here comes Magic back for Westhead. Also, I believe we're going to have a timeout. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. The Suns are going over to their bench. The Lakers now will huddle around Paul Westphal and Pat Riley, who have got this team leading Seattle, and the Durrell Open will be next. And also on the Spectacular, we'll hear from Muhammad Ali. He might have a few things to say, Bill.
Yeah, he lost weight.
He needs to lose a little more before he steps back in there against some of those battering rams. But he's an entertainer, isn't he? Next Saturday on the Sports Spectacular, conversation with Muhammad Ali. But here in the Forum, it is 39-22. The Lakers dominated. Alley-oop! Cooper went up, Bratz went right with him, and no foul. That was the play they called for in the timeout, and Walter Davis earns the Laker defense at the other end.
Now, Phoenix is running now, and when they're running, the Lakers can't keep up with them. Now, what the Lakers are going to have to do is dig in and start to challenge them.
Hurd deflected that ball away. Kareem was back. They were trying to get in low to him.
Kelly went out with 3 fouls. That's the reason Adams is back now. So that's one advantage, again, that Phoenix has. They've got Jeff Cook, too, who can play in the center.
As Hyde turned the corner and went in behind Nixon, Buse said, Norman, you hooked him.
You know, Norm Nixon leads the NBA in minutes played. Backcourt man, that's most unusual.
Loves to shoot in the center of the floor. Watch Norm when he makes his move. He'll try to come into the center, square up against the basket. Doesn't necessarily like the corners. Davis dumps it off, and he'll get it back from Adams. He probably should have gotten the pass just a touch earlier from him as he came to the baseline because he was really open on the move without the ball. Magic hangs in the air. They battle for it underneath, and Magic takes it away from Hurd and draws the foul from High. Accidentally, High crashed the Magic man down.
He's got a nose for the rebound. Magic Johnson with a smile on his face.
Now, that's a grimace, Rod, a grimace.
For the whole human race. Look at him. Boy, there's his stats, not too bad.
Not too shabby, huh?
First half.
First rookie starter on the NBA All-Star team since the Big E, Alvan Hayes. Here he is.
You go back to that play you were talking about. Walt Davis opened, and he had his hands out, won the ball, and the pass was just a shade too late. That threw his shot off. I think if he'd given it to him right when he wanted it, he would have hit that 10-footer. That's all part of the rhythm of playing this game.
There's the Knicks score. Critical for both teams in that Eastern Conference battle. And isn't that a shame that Philadelphia has lost Doug Collins now? Only Philadelphia, Seattle, and Lakers have beaten every team in the league this year off Walter's foot and out of bounds. No one else has beaten every team. Just the Lakers, the 76ers, and the Supersonics. As for Phoenix and Los Angeles, they've split 4. Home court advantage all the way. Nobody's broken through on the road. Kareem muscling in, and as he came into Alvan Adams, foul was called. Seemed to be a rather quick whistle.
There's a play where I like Russ. He should have made that field goal there. He had his man position, not a strong man against him. Kareem should have had the field goal there and been at the line.
Now, I'm just going to come in on Kareem's play this time of year. The way he's played this year, he has to be a little tired. So what do you do when you're tired? You can't take a day off or a week off, but the schedule doesn't permit that. So what you do is you adjust your game to do the essential things and give up the frills.
A big advantage is the fact that the Los Angeles Laker Corporation owns the Forum. Unlike many of the teams in the NBA, they control the Forum. That gives them the advantage in dates it does every year. They don't play 5 or 6 games in a row, and they can afford to give themselves a day off. You're right, but it's so nice to have the availability of your arena as the Lakers do. They don't have to stay out on the road from Los Angeles.
That keeps you from getting in big losing streaks. But you're going to come home, and they are tougher than anybody at home.
They have shown it this year, a chance to tie the league record if they win every game the rest of the way here in the Forum. High goes back to Bratz. Bratz maneuvers, and that tallness of Johnson not giving him the easy jump shot. Now Truck Robinson in low on Spencer Haywood, simply powered for the basket.
That's super move. And this time with the left hand. As Haywood was looking for him to lean in with the right, Truck put it over the left hand off the glass and got the field goal. The basket counts, and he'll get a free throw.
There's that critical game. Milwaukee leading Kansas City, and if the Bucks and Bob Lanier win it, they'll be all tied in the Midwest Division.
Yeah, Russ talked about if you're going to loaf in this game, do it on offense, not on defense. Yeah. Now I've got an excuse for averaging 6 points a game.
So we have a foul, and we'll come up now at the other end.
And I've noticed this game is getting a little rougher under the baskets. They're starting to push around pretty good in there. Now the referees are going to have to be careful because those are the things in a game, especially that the game is not close. The pushing gets harder and harder, and pretty soon you got to fight. Not a very good fight, but a fight.
It's so unusual, Bill, to watch athletes in other sports, other than professional boxers, when they do square off.
How about too tall, John? Let me get back to my linebacker spot.
Pressure in the backcourt from the Lakers now, and High with control for the Suns across the timeline. Davis, easy. They put all the pressure on the backcourt, and they were outnumbered as the Suns came across the midcourt line. You realize these same Phoenix Suns who struggle offensively hit 69% from the field Wednesday night against Golden State. 0 for about 30 of that percent right now. Kareem moves it to Jamaal, his spot, either side from the corner. Not that time, Adams to the rebound. And now the Suns can put together field goals. Here's Davis from the left side. Double team, got to be an open man, gets it back to Bratz. Off, away from Adams. 2 Suns dueling for the rebound, and it'll be Jamaal in the middle.
Truck should have grabbed that one and going back up with it.
That pass from Magic went right to High. He was trying to get it over his head to Kareem on the bouncers. Bratz underneath. Super pass, right on the money. And intercepted by High. A quick spurt here by Phoenix at 6:44 left in the first half. Davis, short. Kareem's rebound fouled. Loose ball. Adams reaching in.
That's the biggest play of the half right there. They'd have got that field goal because the momentum is really going their way. Here's Davis missing. Out in his anxiety to get the rebound. Adams coming over the back of Kareem right there. He gets the foul. And we got a timeout, Brent.
Don't forget, on Friday night, we'll be up in Seattle to see the champions. Seattle against Lloyd Free in San Diego. Bill, half your handicap is right. We get word that Jack Nicklaus has birdied the 4th, goes to 8 under down there, leading Fergus now.
Well, that's about right.
1 plus for 2.
There's how Kareem has played so far here in the 4th.
In the second quarter here, the Lakers have played bad basketball. They've thrown the ball away, not because of the Phoenix defense, but because they played bad basketball. Now, they've let Phoenix back in the game. Although it's a 14-point difference, or 13 maybe if he makes his free throw, they have let Phoenix believe that they can catch it, which is just as important that Phoenix believes that they can catch it, because if they believe that, then they can play better.
Lakers have made 14 out of 15 free throws. The Suns are 5 out of 7.
Now, we saw a fresh face on the floor right there. That is Cook, number 45 of the Phoenix Suns, Jeff Cook out of Idaho State. He is a rookie. And I mentioned earlier High being their only rookie. It's rookie draft choice. Let's separate the two. Cook, of course, a free agent for the team. Now, he's part of the strategy against Kareem. He has not felt well lately. Al Bianchi was telling me before the game, but they would like to use Kelly, Cook, and Adams. Put a lot of fresh people in against Abdul-Jabbar and work him as hard as they possibly can. So we hear a lot of things about Magic Johnson and all the greatness he has brought to the Lakers, but when teams come to play Los Angeles, the first man they concern themselves with is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is driving toward his 6th MVP award and never played better. Jamaal is off, tracked down now by Truck Robinson. Just as Bill Russell told you, the Suns have crawled back in this, 47-34. Robinson with a good move, couldn't control the ball. Davis behind his back, but sent it to Kareem, but what a brilliant save that was. 3-on-2 Lakers, and it's Cooper.
That's the kind of play you like to see in basketball. Perfect execution of the fast break. Magic took it right to the middle, laid it off perfect right side to Cooper for an easy layup.
Now it is Bratz. So a quick turnaround of 4 if you want to concede the Suns a field goal. That trip Bratz is off to the right short. Magic looked outlet. Again to the rebound. From behind his back, he'll go to the middle. 2 in a row Lakers who have come back now. Their best moments together here in the second period.
And again, it's Magic. We'll look again at the play before. Here's Robinson trying to drive in. Here's a mistake that Walt Davis makes. He saves the ball on the court, Brent. Blindly. Abdul-Jabbar got it down to Magic. Drive, lay off to Cooper for the layup, and we got another timeout.
With it 51-34. We are back, and that preceding announcement was brought to you by the National Basketball Association. To the scoreboard quickly if I can. Houston leading Detroit in the 4th by 2. How about the Knicks in that critical game against Washington? Anything new on that? There it is. Washington now leads. That's the first time we've had the Bullets ahead in that game. Oh, the battle for the playoffs is joined. And you know, let me take just a moment to thank Dr. Jerry Buss and his crew here at the Forum. This game originally was scheduled for 7 o'clock at night, but it was so important we wanted to put it on television today, rescheduled at 11 o'clock, still a sellout. Los Angeles, an unbelievable sports city. They'll turn out at 11 o'clock in the morning. I didn't hear anybody griping all week. They love to watch the sports early on Sunday, be it the NFL or the NBA or college basketball. They love their teams out here in Southern California. Nixon had it partially blocked, and no, he's fouled. Says Gashu is high, went right up there with him. Hold it, he said, he decides to travel.
He blocked the ball cleanly, came down with it, they call him for traveling.
Joe Gashu took 15 seconds to decide how he was going to finally sort that one out of him.
That's why he bought himself a gas station.
You can't believe how many people have said, tell Russell I want a full tank this game.
Put this man to work.
All right. Here we go now. Truck Robinson faces up on the basket off to the right side, and Abdul-Jabbar to the rebound. Quick lead, Wilkes back to Nixon, the man who's got to handle it. Norman to the side, and there's Wilkes off iron. They give him an offensive rebound. Misses the layup, and Kareem with a third shot attempt.
Well, that one will count. All right, he got a good roll off of it. Well, look again. He was sandwiched between 2 players after Wilkes misses the shot. Kareem rebounds. Now fake a back up. Got Alvan Scott to commit himself. They put the ball in, and a foul's charged to Scott. We're in a penalty. 2 chances to make 1.
And here is the franchise, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They tore up his contract this year, and
he'll do it again. He's won over 24,000 career points.
No one in basketball should be earning more per year than that man right there.
Wednesday night,
if you put a value on talent, that's it right there.
Well,
I probably just spent some of Buss's money, right?
It was Wednesday night against Portland that he went over the 24,000 point mark in his career. Wilt has 30,000 plus. He's the top all-time in the NBA.
Kareem is going to catch Wilt.
Oh, yeah.
Here's High. Going high above and short, and now it's Magic. Pumping it right down the middle. Go to the left hand of the layup. Missing out is Westphal.
He didn't have anything left at the end there. That's why he had to throw it up wildly.
2 teams that love to fly, and as Westphal came around, Cooper was over there on the side, but the foul was on Norm Nixon, who was also there.
You know what's happening with Phoenix? They're having a hard time trying to get back to the game that fluctuates between 12 and 18 points. Playing catch-up. You know, you can run off 3 or 4 baskets and you start to feel real good, and then the leading team will come back with 2 baskets and you're back almost where you started, but you got to pick it up in flurries. You may pick up 6 and they pick up 4, you still picked up 2. And what it requires is to be mentally tough, not to ever give up. And you've got to keep plugging away. Now, and Phoenix is the type of team that will plug away.
Haywood returns, and Cooper out for Paul Westphal. 54-37. Cooper, no wait. Haywood came in, but I see Cooper there too. Who went out, Bill?
Norm Nixon, I believe.
Yes, it was. They're going to leave Cooper in, and Nixon is taking a break. So let me quickly set the Laker lineup. Cooper and Magic in the backcourt. Wilkes, Abdul-Jabbar, and Haywood now up front. They move it to Kareem. Hook is in. Cook, no way, can handle Kareem down low.
We saw that pass coming in. He said, I've had it. Kareem with great position. Nothing you can do with that sky hook.
No, that's when you use verbal defense. Help! Help!
Truck against Haywood. And whistle sounded as Robinson went to the muscle. And it goes against Spencer.
You know, not only does Truck have quick moves, but with that strength, that gives him such a great advantage. Made a good head and shoulder fake, put the ball on the floor, and got the foul. He's a workhorse.
Leads the Suns, Rod, in rebounds, averages almost 10 a game. Should become the 5th forward in the team's 12-year history to lead the club in rebounding, which means that the Phoenix Suns have never really had the dominant center underneath, and that is certainly not to demean the talents of Alvan Adams, but Adams is a little bit different kind of center, as Bill and Hot Rod have told you. Good outside shooter, very fluid, but not the strong muscle man like an Abdul-Jabbar or Russell or a Chamberlain posting up low and dominating on rebounds. There's the one-hand pass. Wilkes working now against Scott. Dished inside to Haywood.
I think this is going to make Spencer play a little bit better here going towards the playoffs, or he's going to lose his job permanently.
He's in a good match right now against Truck. Robinson will give him a workout.
That would have counted had it gone. He was fouled.
By Magic as he came past it.
And again, it's that quickness that Robinson has. He got the first step and just powered in.
He's deceptively quick, isn't he, Hot Rod? When you take a look at that form of his, you would think maybe he's a step slow, but Truck is not.
He is not, absolutely. And he has tremendous physique. Really goes hard to the basket. Norm Nixon back in.
Robinson out of Tennessee State. School that has turned out a number of outstanding pro football players. He probably is the finest basketball player from that school in the NBA right now.
And he probably could have been one of those fine football players that they turned out.
Pretty good tight end, with his speed. Here's the penalty now for Truck.
And the opportunity for the hat trick.
He has never been a good free throw shooter.
Lakers come down to the attack with 2:52 to go here in the first half. We'll show you the Lakers in action against the San Diego Clippers in our highlights. You'll see what Kareem did to Bill Walton in that game. Kareem looking over. They seal off, so he does the turnaround and he's short. And Cooper got it. It just eluded Truck Robinson. He had control of it, got away from him. And an opportunity moment there for the Lakers. Jumping out, Robinson.
Kareem just walked over to the sideline and got a towel from the trainer. Now he gets the pass down court. Not a bad play.
20-second injury timeout. Yeah, 20-second injury timeout. Jack Curran out there.
Must be
Abdul-Jabbar.
I think he got hit in the eye.
Here's the rebound play a moment ago, right there. You can see him just going out of your picture on a field goal by Cooper. So he'll be all right.
Bill, what about as we watch a Walter Davis? How does he compare with a Marcus Johnson of Milwaukee?
Well, they both play a little different, but they play the same position. They're both very effective. Walter Davis got, I think, Rookie of the Year, and a lot of people thought that Marcus Johnson should have gotten it because they both had great years. But the thing is that Phoenix had a better team than Milwaukee at the time.
There's Kareem on a dunk on a great feed by Cooper. Brent, out of the corner to quickness, and he was fouled. You look at this play again. The pass right in to the corner to Cooper and bang, right underneath. Right there's Kareem. Nothing Cook can do. He lays it in and he's fouled. Might add this on Russ's comments about Marcus and Davis. I would think Marcus is a better rebounder. You know, when he was at UCLA, tremendous rebounding forward for a college player.
Stronger inside game, maybe, Bill?
Yes, much stronger inside. And it's almost as fast as Walter Davis. Not quite, but almost as fast. He can run.
Really? You think so?
Well, strangely enough. He can. Well, nobody's as fast as Walt Davis, so you take one step and it looks like a great difference, but it's not that great a difference.
I got to go with Davis in speed. He's the only greyhound I know that can catch the rabbit.
Here's Westphal, and he's off, isn't he? Haywood gets it loose, almost stolen by Scott. Nixon's got it back. Kareem's underneath.
Well, it's got to be on,
of course, when they get going. It is going to take some kind of an effort to eliminate the Los Angeles Lakers from the playoffs this year. They have never played better since Kareem came in from Milwaukee.
It's going to take some kind of effort for Phoenix to get back in this game.
Bounce low to Kelly, fouled by Haywood. Kareem is shooting, Bill, 7 of 10, has a total of 20 points.
What's Nixon on his pass to Kareem? Bounced it right on the spot, and Kareem dunks it through, and that's why he leads this team in assists, Norm Nixon.
There's Rich Kelly. You know, this is unbelievable. Kareem has scored in double figures in each of his last 215 games. They say that Wilt Chamberlain has the record at 220. Well, let's make it 216.
He's already there.
I said Westphal was off. Indeed, he is. He's 2 of 8. Well, what does he seem to be doing, Hot Rod?
I don't think he's moving, Brent. And as I remarked earlier, when Cooper came in, he denied him the ball. And Westphal wasn't moving to get open. So he's got to keep trying for his shots, though. And Westphal, like most great scorers, I think he'll come back.
As I told you, he was scoreless in the 4th period last night against San Diego. His shooter's way out of it, like Hot Rod told you. Haywood jumps it back to Wilkes on high bounce. It's Walter Davis coming back now on Magic. Goes over to the corner. Kareem is left underneath. And Buse will take the three-pointer. 3 points for the Sun. At 116, 65. That'll get you back, Bill.
Russell doesn't
only need about 6 of them.
Without a miss. Not a high percentage shot. What do they hit in the league? About 20% overall? Not what the coaches would like to see it, but it's fun and the fans have enjoyed it this year. Haywood to the right with that shot. Landsberger with a save. Kid Johnson inside, deflected high in the air. Landsberger stolen and fouled by Scott, and Scott is upset.
The Magic and Wilkes exchange greetings. They're very happy about the play. Here it is again, Landsberger. Number 54 for the Lakers. Ball knocked away right there. Scott made contact with the foul.
1+2. So here is young Mark Landsberger. He was in that trade that Bill Russell pointed out as the Lakers improved themselves during the season. He's 6'8", 225, and those of you enjoying this game down in the Phoenix area, remember young Mark, of course, is a star at Arizona State before he came into the NBA.
He shoots just like a rebounder.
Off Kelly's hands, but deflected away.
Who you got now?
Suns will set it up.
Should have bounced that pass. He would have had Kelly there for a layup.
Scott. And here's Westphal. Still a little off, but got the roll that time.
It's great shooters, Brett. Got that touch. Soft around the rim, and the ball took a Phoenix bounce.
Told you about Landsberger in that Friday night game, those 16 rebounds against Denver. Battle for it, Westphal and Haywood, and the foul goes against Spencer.
Right, that's a good call. Westphal had taken the ball away from him, and then Spencer reached back in and got caught with a foul. Both teams are in the penalty with 25 seconds left in the first half, so Westphal will get a couple of free throws.
Now, if he makes both free throws, and they can get another basket for the half, and they can keep the Lakers from scoring,
Cooper
they might be in
returning,
real bad shape in the second half.
and Haywood out. Bill Russell, why does the league seem to be more entertaining overall this year? Is it my imagination? Basketball seems to have been better during the regular season.
Well, you have a lot of teams have changed personnel enough, and these young kids like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Bill Cartwright,
Calvin Matt.
Right, there's a lot of young kids that are good players that are entertaining to watch.
Cross court to Cooper. Lobs it back with time running out here in the first half. It's almost synced up. They go down to the last shot in 2 seconds. But Jamaal takes swish from the corner, and they've got 4 seconds to respond. 2, 1, that's it. No. Half to half. open up a 67-51 lead on the Phoenix Suns. And the Suns now will have to regroup to crawl back in it. Highlights coming up. Dr. Jerry Buss on the left. Boy, he hurts for good-looking girls. That's the
That's
James, Robin with it, right?
That's the James Bond girl.
Oh, I tell you, you've been looking at her all first half. Let's talk a little bit about the playoffs coming up. What about the Eastern Conference, Hot Rod?
I think, it's, like as Bill and I surmised in the first half, they made a lot of changes. Boston, of course, with Maravich and ML Cars made a big difference. Philadelphia picked up Lionel Hollins just in time with Doug Collins going out. You've got a bunch of teams fighting for the other positions. And I'm thinking of the Washington Bullets are back in there with Alvan Hayes and some Super John Williamson's come to their ball club. That's made a big difference. Don't count Washington out of the playoffs. San Antonio struggling, but still in the picture. The Rockets have been a disappointment. It's wide open. And don't forget the New York Knicks. They may be there.
Don't forget my Atlanta Hawks. Hey. Bill Russell, how about the Western Conference now? The Lakers have been awesome here today.
They were real good today. I think it's a four-team race in the West. You got Seattle, the Lakers, Phoenix, and Milwaukee. I think that maybe Kansas City is right in there, but they're a little below those teams, I believe. And that any of those four teams between Milwaukee, as I said, Milwaukee, Phoenix, L.A., and Seattle, any one of those four teams can take it. Right now, the Lakers look really tough.
You know what can be dangerous? Playing San Diego if they get that last spot. One-on-one team, you don't know what they're going to do in a three-game series. They get red hot and Walton healthy. It seems to me that they could upset somebody.
Well, they have a double problem at San Diego. Now, they don't know if Walton, how his health's going to hold out. So, if he's going to be healthy, they will play one style. If he's not healthy, they have to play another style. And so, for them, they're like a yo-yo right now, psychologically, trying to figure out how to play.
Yeah, and winning a division is so important because you get that bye and you don't have to play that many series.
I think the home court is going to be awfully instrumental in the playoffs, in particular if it's the Lakers that get the best record in the West, because, as you know, they've lost only like 3 or 4 here at home.
Okay, well, we're going to be seeing now if the Phoenix Suns can turn it around, because remember, they only trail Seattle by 2 in the loss column. I'll be right back with Bill Russell and Hot Rod Hundley in a moment. Wanda Cooper, married to Michael Cooper of the Lakers, wanted everyone to see her back home down in Albuquerque. And now the inside pass goes to Kareem. Coming up, missed. The Suns trailing 67-51 as we start the second half. Buse, Westphal, Davis, Adams, and Robinson. John McLeod starters. The truck puts up the first shot for the Suns. Right on. Congratulations to the Iowa Hawkeyes. They make the Final Four, beating Georgetown 81-80 was the final score in that game. They joined Purdue alley-oop, knocked away from Jones, and of course UCLA. UCLA, Purdue, and Iowa in the Final Four. Jumper by Davis. Short, Abdul-Jabbar off of the rebound. And here is Jones, Nixon, Wilkes, and of course the Magic Man. Nixon deflected away, and Houston a winner this afternoon. So final scores weighed in from all over the place. Buse with that short jumper.
Now this is, as I've said a couple of occasions, Brent, this is a very important part of the game. Now, Phoenix is only 16 points down at half. 16 is a lot of points against a good team. But at this point, both teams are getting back into the flow. And they just called an offensive foul on Magic Johnson. That kind of surprised me.
That's a good call here. You'll see Magic use his right arm right there as he turned the corner. Buse, a fine defensive player, did a good job on that play.
That was a bad call, Rod.
That was not.
As soon as you two are finished, we're back to the game. Adams on the jumper is off. And loose ball foul call. Adams coming up on Kareem underneath.
You'll always get the offensive man coming to the board like that. He was blocked away, and he came over the top to get the foul. As Kareem comes back down to the offensive end.
Nixon bringing it up now. That's 4 fouls on Adams, who is out high with Kareem. Kareem was looking in for Wilkes. Now he has to find a hit him between the baseline. Davis is all over him. They're screaming 3 seconds down underneath. Kareem trying to move out of there. Pass out of bounds, and the Suns have tightened up defensively.
Boy, I mean, that play, though, Kareem was open. That was just a bad pass as he rolled out. They did a good job defensively of doubling up the ball and forcing a wild pass.
That was not that bad a pass. What happened was Kareem and looking out, not to get the offensive foul.
Got the roll that time.
When he turned back, the pass had already been made.
And we got
turned his head.
A 10-point game. 67-57. While you two have been arguing, the Suns have gone back to this basketball game.
Don't mind us, Brent.
Jones going over to Nixon now. Nixon with that pull-up jump shot up over Buse.
That's the old silencer.
Now the Suns to the attack. There's the Knicks situation. They have really fallen behind Washington in a critical encounter for both teams. That move by Davis was just off. Wilkes on the dribble to the attack now. He slides inside and went to the left hand, took it all the way, and Johnson's cleanup no good. Big miss as far as the Suns are concerned. Buse on the left. The Suns trying to get this game opened up. Rolled in and out for the Greyhounds. Kareem moves it now to Nixon. Both teams flying up and down the floor. Neither of them shooting particularly well. That did that for Wilkes.
That's one thing that makes Kareem effective on the offense is the great ability of Wilkes to shoot from the baseline. So they have got to play him.
Three-pointer, 2 of them for him in this game. And it is now 71-60 with 8:44 to go in the third. Lakers leading the Pacific Division. 4.5 games ahead of the Suns as they get inside with their rookie from Michigan State.
That's a super pass from Kareem. He was doubled up. Johnson cut without the ball and got it right back for a layup.
Davis out to the corner. Suns will run a setup this time, and it'll be just simply Robinson from the perimeter. There's the rebounder. The Magic. And he can put it right to the floor after he pulls that board down, too. And there's a foul.
You know what's really interesting to watch, as Magic Johnson came down court, Alvan Adams picked him up. And they're almost the same size. The center for Phoenix and the guard for the Lakers.
Timeout with 8:09 to go in the third. 73-60, Lakers. While you were away, Disco Dad did his number in the fourth. He's Rex Heiss, 78 years old, being joined by Gypsy Boots. And Disco Dad on the right-hand side, he used to sell peanuts at Old Wrigley Field, and he's delighted by the success of the Lakers, who put up 2 more and now lead at 75.
That old Gypsy Boots lives off his peanuts.
Adams' jump shot. That's his spot. He wasn't able to contribute too much early offensively, Hot Rod. He'd really help the Suns if he'd warm up out there.
Well, the key to the success of what they're trying to get done is that Alvan Adams has to hit the outside shot.
Isn't it nice to be announcing a game on the floor of the Forum first? Dr. Buss got the announce table down here. I haven't seen a game. I used to get a nosebleed every time we'd come in here. Intercepted by Wilkes. Off now to the Magic Man. Crosscourt deflected by Buse, but Nixon's got it. Magic's down inside.
They never shut the gate. He just kept dribbling, looking for a hole, and he found it. Beautiful move by Norton Nixon.
That's 10 now for Storm and Norman. Westphal wants to come right back and
Jump off. No foul. Magic applauds his own play.
What a great lawyer. There it is, our new position in the Forum. The first game ever to be broadcast. That's because 6 celebrities, there we are, way, way up there. That's where we used to be. The only celebrity who refuses to move is Jack Nicholson. He says, I'm not giving up my seat no matter how much it costs. I'm staying right here. Jones hands it off now to Johnson. Magic Man will come clear across court. Buse with it. Kareem is out high. It's 77-62. Landsberger on the floor. Now he'll work with Jones. What a powerful front line. Paul Westphal has up.
Kareem backs in on Kelly. He's probably the best, I think, Brent, in the NBA for a center to put the ball on the floor. A lot of get in trouble with it, but Kareem uses it wisely, the dribble, as he did that time, turning away with the jump shot.
22 points. Robinson. We're having some audio problems, I understand, so I apologize. Come on, Bill and Hot Rod. Landsberger's takes it over to Jones. In now to Nixon. Nixon dumps it inside. And it's back in by Landsberger. Mark Landsberger's going to get a lot of playing time in the playoffs, Bill. He is really contributing rebounding strength.
You know, she stood right in her, too. He didn't A lot of people would have thought Kareem was going to make that shot and would have walked away, but he hung right in there and got the tip in.
Buse forced back out. Now goes over to Scott. Scott does not get the roll. Kelly with an offensive rebound. Puts it up. 81-66.
Hey, Alvan Scott and Mark Landsberger having a couple of words. Better watch them. Little shoving match. Yep.
Short by Jones. Robinson is off now to Westphal.
They're still at it.
In his offensive game. Landsberger and Scott are pushing. They'll call a foul.
They're getting ready to go at it right now. There you go.
Well, I think, and Brent, that's what I was telling you about the first half. When the referee lets the guys push, it's going to add up, and pretty soon one of the guys is going to push a little too hard.
Timeout here in Los Angeles. Landsberger cooling off, going to the bench. Oh, and next week, I can't wait. We get a chance to see the Knicks against Philadelphia. Look how they've climbed back in there, Hot Rod. They were out of it just a few minutes ago against Washington.
They were down about 16 points and made a great comeback. Playoff fever, both clubs, so right there.
Coming up, and next week, the NBA Game of the Week. Philly against the Knicks. We'll see perhaps the greatest center to ever come out of San Francisco, Bill Cartwright.
There you go.
I'm still alive. Landsberger to the top of the circle. Lob in now to Kareem. Kareem will turn around on Kelly, and he gets the bounce.
He's got to get a little closer and put a hand up at least. Kelly realized he's not going to block that shot, but make him arch it a little higher.
Another key game, and suddenly the Kings are back in it. That one being televised into the great basketball fans in much of the Midwest. Nixon with two Big Ten teams in the Final Four. Nixon missing, yanked down by Jones. And here's Magic Man. He says three-pointer on one. Taken down by Scott. He seemed to step back of that line and say, now's the time. It's 83-66. I can toss me up one of those. Out of bounds. Suns will set a play. Robinson will inbound.
Good time to take one of those when you're up 17.
You know that Paul Westphal has been as quiet as I've ever seen. Here it is. If he could put together a run, 83-68, 4:22 to go in the third. We should watch him without the ball, Hot Rod, and see exactly what kind of difficulty he's having today. Double team, the ball stolen by Kelly. Off Nixon, out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns. Let's watch Westphal now. Buse's going to take the ball out of bounds. Westphal will bring it up. We've got Davis coming back in now for Scott. And let's see how they get the ball up now and what they do with Westphal in this situation, because he's such a great scorer.
You got Mike Cooper picking him up defensively, and as I said in the first half, Brent, he's going to have to move without the ball to get open, because Cooper will deny him
Here's
the ball.
Cooper right on him, Hot Rod. They're going over to Truck. Westphal moving. You see he's just out of it at the perimeter as Robinson waits for the layup.
That makes the job a lot easier for the defensive man if you're not going to move yourself.
You know, Hot Rod, Bill said that at a time of year when Kareem could be tired, well, it's also a time of year when anybody can be tired in this league, actually.
You bet.
And he could just be a little bit of a rut right now, too. Great offensive play. Here now is Kareem putting it to the floor. Good if it goes, said Gashu, but it didn't. He's fouled to come to the line. Rich Kelly on the big fella. Wilkes in and Jones out.
There again, it's Kareem putting the ball on the floor, and that time they used the dribble to get away from Kelly and beat him on the baseline to draw the foul.
You know, the Los Angeles Bill has only lost 4 games since the All-Star break. Philadelphia and L.A. with the best record in that regard. Abdul-Jabbar, odds-on favorite now to pick up his 6th MVP record.
With a young team, especially with rookies, if you start out with a guy like Magic Johnson or Larry Bird, a guy like that the first of the year, they are so much better at the end of the year, and they make the team stronger. And this is the reason that most teams with young players are better the second half.
Not really rookies, are they? By the time they get the playoffs.
Right. They've had a whole season to find out what it's all about.
It's like freshmen in college basketball. By the time they hit the big tournament, they're really considered sophomores if they've had a lot of playing time. Ball knocked out of bounds, going to be inbound to Walter Davis now.
Now, what Phoenix needs to do is to try to get the lead down to single digits by the end of the third quarter.
We got a timeout.
Is maybe not trade baskets, but try to pick up 3-2. If they can get it down to single digits by the end of the third quarter, they'll be in good shape.
Al Bianchi checking timeouts now with the officials. We'll be right back. Certainly not trying to pick on Paul Westphal, but if you had to select one man in the Phoenix roster who has to get hot, it would be Paul. Right now he is shooting only 4 of 10, total of 40%. Here's what he's done so far with 9 points, 3 rebounds. He has handed out 7 assists. But against the Lakers in 4 previous games, he's hit better than 50% at 51. And for the year, he has shot 53%.
One thing, if you look at the final score, Atlanta beats Indiana 95-90.
Who won that game, Hot Rod?
Atlanta.
Thank you.
There you go. They're going to be in the playoffs.
Knocked away. Kelly out on the steal. And foul by Cooper. Cooper got him as he came across that line. The 7-foot ball hawk.
That was a good foul.
I'm going to make a point a moment ago, Brent, about Westphal, of course, has not been scoring like he normally does. But you got to get the ball off the boards to make Westphal effective. And they were out-rebounded badly in the first half, 29-16, as L.A. dominated the boards. So Westphal didn't get any open field breakaway baskets.
Cooper is watching him. Paul has moved to the left side. Davis comes over to the top of the circle now. Wilkes is with him. Westphal looking for a screen. Moved through the key. Cooper finally with him. You're right. I'd rather get the ball to him late. And that time a second man was able to come over and steal it away. And Kareem, the other 7-footer, goes to the dribble, and Magic says, take it back, Michael. Long pass for Westphal. Drew the foul and would have had a chance for the 3-pointer. He'll come up to the free throw line. Hit by Cooper, who hustled back after hitting the field goal.
Here's the shot again. Paul leaning in. It was really bumped hard from behind as he went to the basket by Cooper, his 3rd foul. So Westphal will get 2 free throws.
In all 4 previous games against the Lakers, Paul Westphal has scored at least 25 points. So he has been a big factor for the Suns against the Lakers until today.
He's just not getting the shots either. The biggest indication is the total number of shots he's taken, rather than his point total. And you can defense a guy like Cooper playing without the ball. He's denying the shots. See, some guys try to play defense after the guy gets the ball. The good defensive players will sometimes keep the guy from getting the ball so that his shooting percentage won't suffer so much, but his production will.
Hey, Kareem, but knocked away, and there's Landsberger on the hustle. Short on the shot, and Robinson for rebound.
Yo, Kareem.
Evans, 71.
That was
Kareem,
a
little change of pace dribble. Show the guards.
Here's Kelly showing some movement. How many steps did he take that time? A little bit too much movement.
Well, you're allowed 1.5 or 2. He took 3.
I think he was pushed into the last 2, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Kareem had him all the way, though. Blocked the shot at the end of the play.
I want to watch Landsberger down here now on the offensive glass, number 54. They've nicknamed him, too, the chairman of the boards. He will have no rebound this time. Kareem with an easy one. Now Davis on a spinner, dish left-hand pass. Westphal, he's just still off. Kept back in. Robinson almost had it away from Kelly. Goes to the corner to run it down, and stolen. Magic. Loose Cooper. Lead Wilkes. Landsberger on the left, and Wilkes from the corner. Bounces away from Landsberger, back to the Suns now. Magic and Landsberger down. It'll be 5-on-3. Buse back, and Westphal is set now right side, and maybe that'll heat him up. So Magic now just getting back up. Now, he may have hurt that right shoulder just a touch there. He'd go to the floor about 5 or 6 times. He takes a charge as well as anybody on the Lakers when he sets up in the middle. Kid's got a lot of guts. Back in all they were. Great pass. Knock.
How they Kareem fired that with a no-looker. Right on the money.
Oh, they are something when they get wheeling. Now it's Davis.
As great as that pass was,
Westphal on the fake.
One to Kareem.
Dish off, loose. Here's Magic again. He's got 3 with him and 2 Suns, and it'll be Wilkes for the layup. Foul by Davis and a chance for the 3-pointer.
And look at Magic. He won't let him up.
Oh, yeah.
You believe that? You think they just won the World Championship?
It's fun in the NBA.
It's contagious, Brent. Look at the fans. They're all
Standing
standing.
ovation. They're going to come up. We're going to see it in the Forum. They used to, in years past, they'd be headed for the freeway right now.
They're loving this exhibition. Beautiful, fast-breaking basketball by L.A.
Brent, this is the reason we're talking about the NBA so much more interesting this year. It's guys like this, personalities like this. Not only are some of the players good players, they're personalities. And they bring that dimension, added dimension to the game. And they're guys that you can identify. not just faceless players, but people you can identify.
Cool is out. Enthusiasm is in. And isn't it refreshing? Here's Kelly getting it back now, knocked away from Bratz. They go for the loose ball in the corner, and it goes right to Bratz. Bratz on the turnaround. Jones to the rebound. Abdul-Jabbar is out right now. Jones and Landsberger, and Magic dished. And Wilkes tried to save it, knocked away by Hurd. Oh, my. I believe he's about to go to showtime. It's 94-73, and we're going to have some.
Well, what a city to do it to. Be able to do it in, rather. L.A.
Jones has it stolen, but he was fouled. Bratz had a hand on it.
The Phoenix club looks obviously tired. They're just not getting back at all. And the Lakers just keep the pressure, keep putting the ball to the floor, and running them down.
I want to repeat a point that I made earlier, because I think it bears repeating. They did play in San Diego last night, and general manager Jerry Colangelo agreed to the early start. It was tough on the Suns to turn around so that we could televise this game with the Knicks now in command of Washington by 10 points. So it is a very high-class organization, and if they get blown out, not reflective of how they have played this year. Moving in on 50 victories again. Good team. Milwaukee leading Kansas City 88-87. Davis puts it down, burrows in on Wilkes, and he's fouled.
I'd say this about Jerry Colangelo, the general manager of Phoenix. I would have to think, Brent, that he's done as good a job as anyone in his job in the NBA. And he's been with the club since their inception. They've been in the league 11, 12 years.
You mentioned their consistency in the West.
They have been probably in the last 7 or 8 years, probably the most consistent team in the West, in that they haven't won a championship, but they have been consistently good more than any other team in the Western Conference.
Kelly put it to the floor.
Well, that's a good block, but they're going to give him a foul.
Jones.
Looked like a good block. Jones. Kelly had a lot of room there to go down the middle. Magic Johnson back in. 10 points.
But look at those
11 rebounds. 10 assists.
That's as many rebounds as Abdul-Jabbar, isn't it? 11?
3 steals, 2 block shots, and he's got 4 phone numbers.
Well, that's one more than Abdul-Jabbar, who's only got 10 rebounds.
And his 4, I just mentioned, Brett, he had 4 phone numbers, too, and that's 3 more than Jerry Buss's got.
And his sister was out here. She plays basketball.
Magic?
Yes, Magic. And she's great. She's one of the better young women basketball players in the country. Great genes in that Johnson family, Russ. Kelly hits the free throw now. We go 96-75 in the last 7 seconds, and Magic 2 hands to Landsberger.
Oh, Wilkes was wide open. Wilkes was wide open. Landsberger said, this is a layup for me. I'm going to shoot.
Landsberger, he says, I'm not getting enough. As it is.
Oh, isn't it refreshing? Los Angeles has rediscovered the National Basketball Association. A lot of substitutes here as we start this 4th quarter here in the Forum. We'll try to pick them up with Jerry West, the former coach, the all-time great of the Lakers, now working in their front office, watching the action. Davis puts it down. We'll try to pick up the substitutes as Adams comes underneath on a spinner. Gar Hurd had it free and gets it right back. Short on the shot, Jimmy Jones. Look at Abdul-Jabbar is out, and Wilkes is open, so's Haywood, and Wilkes went in.
That was a 3-on-1 fast break, but Davis made no commitment defensively, and Wilkes just went in for the layup. And again, they're just pushing the ball up too fast for Phoenix. They're not getting back at all on defense.
Well, the reason for that, Rod, mainly is, the reason Phoenix cannot get back on defense is when you're shooting 20-foot and 17 and 20-foot jump shots, the transition from offense to defense has to be a problem for you. And their offense is set up to take perimeter shots.
Knocked away, and Cooper with the ball. Nixon is ahead of him. Over to the right now. Norman likes to come back toward the key area. Spencer Haywood had it picked clean underneath. High on the floor. Stolen now by Nixon. And here's Jones. Dishes for Haywood. Thanos jump. And Haywood's got a huge advantage over High coming up. We've got brewing in Milwaukee. We're going to really keep you up to date on that one now as we get on the stretch here in the 4th period. Milwaukee only 1 loss behind Kansas City in the Midwest. The Bucks had opened up a lead at home, and as you know, Kansas City had come back. We'll get you that score throughout the period. Jones is off. Hurd for the Suns. Bratz on the floor. High, Adams, Hurd, and the Greyhound. Davis glides through the foul from Wilkes.
It's a good foul. He was going to give him the layup if he had backed off, and he said, I'm going to make him go to the free throw line, reached in and grabbed Davis by the arm. So instead of getting 2 points on a layup, he'll have to go to the free throw line and earn them.
So here's Walter Davis.
Rodney, if you're guarding a guy like Walter Davis, as fast as he is, as well as he shoots outside, what you would have to do is see if you could change his direction. That's the only thing you have, is try to throw his rhythm off rather than try to catch him or to stop the shot. In other words, if he likes to go to his right, try to set yourself up physically so that he has to go left. And see how well he does it, because you can't keep up with him.
Nixon now. Off to Wilkes. Smooth as silk from the corner.
Either corner, he's probably the best baseline jump shooter in the NBA.
23 for Jamaal. We've talked a lot about Westphal, but they've kept Davis quiet too. Up the glass, a 12-point game now by Walter Davis. So Davis and Westphal in that Milwaukee-Kansas City game.
What a great move. Jamaal Wilkes for a left hook running layup.
We're going to keep everybody informed on that Milwaukee-Kansas City game. We're even going to show you some action out of that game today as we go down the stretch here in the fourth. With the Lakers in control of this one right now, 104-79. We're going to send you to Tim Ryan in Milwaukee. Take it away, Tim.